What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Julia. I'm a certified personal trainer and I share all things health, fitness, and my lifestyle on here, on Instagram, and on TikTok. So make sure you're subscribed and follow along. Today I'm gonna be sharing my top 5 habits for a healthy, fit lifestyle. And there's honestly nothing super special about these things, nothing super revolutionary. I keep things super simple and I try not to overcomplicate things that don't need to be overcomplicated. If you've been following me on Instagram for a while, or if you've been subscribed to my YouTube channel, then these are gonna come to no surprise. You could honestly probably guess these 5 habits because I'm constantly doing them, but they have been so impactful on my lifestyle and my health and fitness. So I figured I may as well wrap them all up into one video and share these habits with you guys. All right, habit number 1, you guys hear me talk about on my Instagram story every single day, and it is to get outside, preferably in the morning. And I could do a deep dive into the science behind why it is so impactful to get outside, like its impact on your circadian rhythm, the mental benefits, the immune benefits. But I'm just gonna keep things simple because let's be honest, I feel like a lot of people forget the science anyway. It just makes me feel amazing and starts my day on the right foot. Yes, of course, there are mornings where I don't get outside first thing and I get right to work on my phone or my computer and I'm staring at a screen. Those mornings are not nearly as enjoyable or as productive as the mornings where I make time to get outside before getting into any of my work. There is truly just something so special about being out in the fresh air, in nature, in the sunshine. It's actually one of the reasons why we ended up moving to Florida. We used to live in Pittsburgh. It was fun while it lasted, but the weather was terrible. So rainy, so gloomy. But guess what? I still got outside every single day, and even if the weather was terrible, I still got the benefit. I felt amazing from being outside. Sure, maybe my shoes were soaking wet, frozen, toes cold, but I still loved being outside. All right, habit number 2 is to get daily movement in. For me, this is my daily 3, but this can look different for everyone. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I get outside every single morning for a 3-mile walk. It's just a non-negotiable at this point. It's part of my lifestyle. It's something that helps me feel my best. And I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone, getting my daily movement in and getting outside in the fresh air and sunshine. And a lot of people ask why I do my daily 3 every single day. And it's simply because it helps me feel amazing. And because I work from home, I work out at home. It is so nice getting out of the house and moving my body. I have to be very purposeful and intentional if I want to get movement and steps in, since I work from home and work out at home. And I am not at all complaining about that. Trust me, I wouldn't want it any other way. I love that I work and work out from home, but that is why my daily 3 is such a huge part of my day and such a non-negotiable for me. And like I said, everyone's daily movement can look completely different. For some people, this could be a bike ride. This could be surfing. Like, it is totally dependent on you, your lifestyle, what you enjoy, and what you can stay consistent with. It also doesn't have to be something super long, like a 3-mile walk. It could literally be 10-15 minutes. Habit number 3 is to strength train consistently, even if it's only 2 days a week, but that's what you can stay consistent with week after week. That's amazing. 3 days, even better. I personally lift 4 days a week. I have 2 lower body days and 2 upper body days. My lower body lifts take around 60 minutes each, and then my upper body lifts are super short, sweet, to the point. They take like 20-30 minutes max. I lift and I walk, that's it, and I feel amazing. Of course, over time, as my physique goals change, I may tweak the sets, the reps, and the weight that I'm lifting, but my focus in terms of my training is always on strength training with some supplemental walking, and it is so enjoyable, so sustainable, and has given me the most incredible results. Hence why I created my fitness app where I share all my workouts and training programs. It's always linked down below if you ever want access to it. But strength training has the greatest adaptive effect on the body. I probably sound like a broken record because I feel like I'm always saying this, but in terms of workouts, strength training is going to give you the greatest bang for your buck. The human body is incredibly smart, so when you are consistently strength training, your body is listening to the stimulus you're giving it, and it learns that you're gonna keep strength training, you're gonna keep using that muscle, so it needs to hold on to that muscle mass, and it can in turn burn body fat, which is what a lot of people's goals are. Whereas when you're doing tons of random workouts, maybe tons of different classes and boot camp style workouts and running a lot and maybe lifting here and there, but not consistently, the human body gets kind of confused by all that stimulus, and it learns that it maybe doesn't need to hold on to all that muscle mass, so it can actually burn some of it and hold on to some body fat. And I think that's how a lot of people achieve that skinny fat physique that they don't necessarily love, but they don't necessarily hate. It's just not what they're going for. But when you are following a strength training program with progressive overload and doing it on a consistent basis, it is amazing the effect it has on your body. And not to mention, having a muscular body is one of the greatest things you can do for yourself in terms of your longevity. And trust me when I say that I haven't even begun to scratch the surface when it comes to all of the health benefits that come along with consistent strength training. I don't want to make this confusing or too complicated. I personally love the science behind it. So if you're like me and you want to learn more, I highly recommend The Resistance Training Revolution by Sal DiStefano and Outlive by Dr. Peter Attia. Probably my two favorite books of all time. So incredibly informative and also so impactful on my own health and fitness journey. So if you like reading nonfiction, fitness, health-based books, highly recommend those too. Moving on to habit number 4, which is to fuel your body primarily with whole foods and limit your consumption of ultra processed foods. This is something that even I feel like I could do better at, and it doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. There has to be some balance there so that it's a sustainable way of eating. But I always say that I have a good 80-20 split where 80% of the foods I consume are whole natural foods and the other 20% are not so whole natural foods. They're ultra processed, but I could do better and probably flip that ratio a little bit. Maybe like a 90-10 is in my future. But anyway, whole natural foods are foods that are made of one single ingredient. Think chicken, an egg, an apple, beef. While ultra processed foods are foods with a laundry list of ingredients that we can't pronounce, we have no idea what they are, and honestly, they're just not good for us, which sucks because a lot of ultra processed foods are super yummy. They're super accessible, super convenient, super affordable, but they're designed to be that way and they're designed to be addictive, but they don't really nourish or fuel our bodies in any way, whereas whole natural foods do nourish and fuel your body, and they're full of the micro and macronutrients and the vitamins and minerals that your body needs to survive and thrive. So that's why it is so important to primarily get your calories and your energy from those whole natural foods. Yes, they take a little bit more time to prepare. Yes, they're a little bit more expensive, but it makes such a difference on your health, how you feel. Not to mention, it is incredibly difficult to overeat and overconsume when you're sticking to whole foods. Think about how filling and satisfying a steak is versus a slice of pizza. No one stops at just one slice of pizza. We all have 2, if not 3, maybe even more, because that slice of pizza just really isn't doing anything for you compared to the nutritional value of a steak. And last but not least, habit number 5 is to stay hydrated. Drink your water, people. Water is literally involved in every single process that takes place in the human body. There are endless benefits that come along with staying hydrated. And one thing I like to do every single morning is drink at least like 20 ounces. I pretty much bring this water bottle with me everywhere I go. It's 40 ounces. I try to drink 3 of them a day. And I can tell when I haven't had enough water. Like my head starts feeling it, my throat starts feeling it. Everyone knows that feeling of being super thirsty, and I try to combat that feeling by drinking first thing in the morning and then also before and after each of my meals, just because sometimes the day gets away from me and I may be in a different room, not with my water bottle, but I try to always make a point to drink first thing in the morning, before and after each of my meals, and then also before bed. So what if I have to get up and pee? At least I'm hydrated. All right, guys, that is gonna wrap up my 5 habits for a healthy, fit lifestyle. If you were expecting to hear something crazy, something revolutionary, something never seen or heard before, well, I'm very sorry, because obviously that's not what I just gave you. I just gave you probably the most basic and obvious habits one could apply to their lifestyle to help them in terms of their health and fitness. But that's because they work and they hold true. Don't make things harder than they have to be. Why overcomplicate something that could be as simple as those 5 habits? And these 5 habits are truly just ingrained in my lifestyle at this point. I don't even have to think about them, and they're part of why I feel so amazing. So if you choose to implement any of these habits, let me know how they make you feel. If you have different habits in terms of your own health and fitness that you feel are super sustainable and worth sharing, comment them down below. I would love to hear about your all's habits, but I hope you enjoyed mine, even though they're basic, even though they are the least complicated things in the world. I hope you appreciate that. And with that, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a like, make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you all next time. Bye.